What up, people? Anime T here to bring you the review portions for Sword Art Online episodes 3 through 7. We were able to get through, once again, we were able to go through Sword Art Online again for round 2, but this time we were able to get 5 episodes in. Now, the reason, as I said before, we were able to get 5 episodes in is because if I get 10 likes on the video previously reacted to for any anime, like Sword Art Online or whatever, then if it gets 10 likes, then I will continue it a second round for the following day with 2 plus or more episodes. But if it's 15 or more, then guaranteed 5 episodes plus. 5 episodes plus. And I'm thinking like maybe I should raise the bar. But still, it's confirmed, like 10 or more, I'm going to do more reactions for it the following day. 15 or more, 5 episodes or more guaranteed. So, man, that was... Oh, man, all I just gotta say is Kirito is one hell of a playboy. I gotta say him that. The dude barely does anything, and yet he has girls coming, like, thirsting for this man, left and right. Asuna is already starting to develop like, feelings for him, and, come on, it's obvious. And he made, how many other girls? Like, 3 other girls like him? First Sachi, then Silica. Now this new girl that was shown called Liz. Well, Silica is also new, but let's break it down slowly one at a time. But so in episode 3, it shows that Kirito joined up with a new group known as the Moonlit Black Cats, or however you say it. And it turns out that Kirito, he was able to finally make it to level 20, but he was able to make it to level 20, which is an amazing feat for a solo player. But obviously that turns out to be a lie. Kirito is the famous beater, and they don't discover it till the end of the episode. But it turned out he's way better than he made himself led on to believe. And as the next few episodes continue, it's shown his progression as a player in this game is like pretty damn almost crazy plot armor-ish, but I'm guessing that's what the series is trying to show, was that he is very capable as a player and he's very powerful. Apparently his playboy game is like on point too. But yeah, he's very remarkable as a gamer, and he's survived pretty well because of it. Turns out also that as the episode went on, the Moonlit group met its demise, and it was sad because Kirito started to bond with one of the members, which is the first of his few harem. Is Sachi? She's a very intimidated little girl. Obviously, because of the situation they're in, it can't help. It really brings out the worst in people, whether it be through fear, in a cowardly way, or in a scary kind of way. So that's what happened with her, and Kirito being Kirito. He tried to cheer the poor girl up by giving her a sense of security, by telling her, "You're not gonna die. No matter what happens, I'll see to it you're not gonna die." Turns out what happened. She dies because her members decide, instead of taking their usual route, they take a route that's higher up in ranking, just for the sake of who knows. Like, I don't know why they did that. They should have just stuck to their usual route. Or if they want to go for something higher to advance more, I get it, but go as a full party. Wait to have the other member, which is their leader, known as Tetsuo. I think that's what his name is. But no, only majority of the members did go, but that led to their downfall. They should have went as the whole party, but it's whatever. So yeah, Sachi ended up dying. And Kirito ends up blaming himself heavy for that. And not long after the leader found out what happened to his members, he committed suicide. The dude committed legit suicide. I'm like, damn. This is the beginning of a dark series. You can tell by that. Like, dude, the guy decided to make suicide. Like, holy shit. It's not an easy thing to do, and that's not an easy topic to think about. Like, Jesus Christ. So Kirito heard about a rumor that a boss known as Nicholas Renegade was guarding, well, not really guarding, but if you defeat this boss, you're able to get an item that lets you revive the dead. Like, so you can revive a dead player back, which is awesome. So he was going to use that to get Sachi back. He beat the thing. We didn't get to see the fight, which kind of sucked, but it's whatever. And it turns out it's still good. In my opinion, it's still good. So I don't know why Kirito gave it up to Klein. I mean, I guess he probably did it to ensure that, because Klein is his like only friend, so it would make sense that he would give it to the only person he really knows. So he gave it to her, and the reason why it isn't as good as he thought it was going to be is because it turns out it only revives the dead within a limited number of times. So like basically within the first 10 seconds of you have 10 seconds to revive this character with this item, otherwise they're permanently dead. So it only works within 10 seconds of them still alive, otherwise they're dead. So that was the catch. Unfortunately, it didn't work. It's been long since then for Sachi when she was dead. Sorry about that, guys. It's late and I'm gonna get to bed right after this. Well, I have to edit and all that stuff, but you know the deal. So what ended up ultimately happening is that Kirito didn't do it. He gave it to Klein and he moved on his way. He received a letter from Sachi easing his pain for her death, which it did kind of bring him some closure, which was good. He needed that. Otherwise, his character would have been worse and worse as being a solo player. I mean, he's still kind of a solo player, but it looked like he's slowly chipping away at his shell. And the person really helping him out with this is Asuna, which turns out, bro, Asuna ends up being the second in command of the Blood Oath. What was it? What was that team called? I forgot what was it called. The Knights of the Blood Oath. There you go. She ends up being second in command, and she's known as the Lightning Flash. What are you trying to do? Copy Minato from Naruto? The hell's going on here? So yeah, that's what ends up happening. But I'm getting too ahead of myself. We'll go back an episode before. Kirito meets a girl named Silica, who also is the second girl to join his harem. But fortunately, very fortunately, she didn't die like Sachi. It still sucks that she died, but it can't be helped. It can't be helped. The two team up together to revive her familiar known as Pina, and as over time we begin to discover a few new things about Sword Art Online, where it further deepens the dark theme revolving the series. Turns out players are now killing other players. For why this reason? Obviously for their means to survive. And how you can tell by this is the icon presented on a player's head over their heads. If it's orange, it means like these guys are people you gotta watch out for. But if it's like clear as bright red, they're PKers, or PK as in player killer. So it turns out Kirito teams up with Silica. They find the flower, but the one chick there was a chick that Kirito was following the whole time, apparently, because the only reason Kirito, I'm guessing, teamed up with Silica because he probably discovered by some means that Silica had an affiliation with this PKer. Teams up with her, hoping it would lure the player PKer in, takes her out, get the client's goods that his whole team like fell apart for, and there goes the episode. That's what happens. But the most important part, Kirito got a second girl for his harem that's alive. The harem thickens, if you know what I mean. And then we go by the following episode is when Kirito meets up with Asuna again, and it turns out Kirito was actually a part of the frontline assault team that handles all the big heavy duty bosses. Well, it makes sense with a guy his level. You need him in the front lines, like for real. So that being said, they encountered their own little problems where they met a few new characters that we finally got, like a few good ones. We met more or less, I forgot one of the characters' name, but these characters were all in the same guild known as the Golden Apple Group. And the main theme characters were Grimlock, Yoruko, and Griselda. I know there were like other two, but I completely forgot their names. Sorry about that. If you guys want to mention their names, let me know in the comment section below. Appreciate it. So it turns out they were scheming their little plan to try to find out the truth of what happened to their member, Griselda, because she ended up becoming PK'd, or she died, or maybe PK'd. Their group members, the surviving members, assumed they were PK'd because apparently they had an incident where they got this really good item one member decided to use it for the benefit of the group, and the other one decided to sell it. No, it unanimous. 5 out of 8 turned out that they wanted to sell it, but it turns out someone wasn't having that crap, and it turns out that someone was Grimlock. Which, in all honesty, there was no real method. He was just a complete and total nut job that, honestly, he needs to die. I hope he gets PK'd, because that dude, they probably didn't do it. They probably locked him up or whatever. But that dude had some serious issues, mental issues that needs work. So that was one quick, easy story that we went along with that lasted a good 2 episodes. Oh my god, but the last one was the Keeper. Crushed my heart too, where we are introduced to another harem. By the way, if I haven't said it before, Asuna's kind of part of the harem. Well, for now. So we introduce another new harem who ends up being a blacksmith known as Liz. Didn't take long for her to get thirsty for Kirito. Fell in love with him. Kirito just honestly wanted to work together with her just so he can get a new sword. I don't know why he wanted to get a new sword, because he already had an amazing new sword called Elucidator. Man, you know what? Fudge it. You guys tell me in the comment section. I ain't reading this crap. And yeah, they ended up work together, and it turns out the only way they can able to get the certain item that they need was to find it in an area guarded by a dragon that's legit made of crystals, and they need a specific crystal to forge Kirito an amazing sword. At the end, as the journey went on, Liz developed feelings for Kirito. She was gonna legit confess to Kirito the moment Kirito was satisfied with her weapon. Kirito obviously had a suspicion that she wanted him, because come on, he knew she wanted the goods. You know it. But turns out, figured out that Asuna liked Kirito. Kirito caught on to the situation pretty fast. I'm surprised he wasn't that much of a he is kind of a dense MC, but not as much as most. The moment he caught on, he caught on quick as to why Liz was getting so upset. Try to comfort her. Turns out they ended up being friends, and at that point it was confirmed. At that point it was confirmed that Asuna was the one for Kirito, because Kirito had no denying whether him and Asuna were a thing or not. He did not deny shit. He's like, sorry, yeah, I feel for you, but I still want to be your friend, and you're a good person, and I know some. He was trying to explain himself, because obviously he himself already decided that Asuna is the one. It's kind of obvious at this point. Asuna is the same way, but they're just not out in the open about it. I'm sure it's gonna happen sooner. I guess maybe halfway into the series, because I think there's 26 episodes. So on episode 12 or 13, we're probably at the halfway point. We're gonna get this ship. And honestly, I actually grew fond of Liz. I thought she was a sweet character. So I felt really bad when she didn't end up with Kirito. Asuna, she's aight. She's aight. She's not bad, but she's not great. But I will admit, you can trust on her to have your back, tell you that for sure. But, man, it sucks for Liz. A lot of these girls are going to end up getting their heart broken. Silica, freaking, who was it? Silica. Sachi's dead. I think it's just Silica. Liz already knows, but when Silica sees Kirito again, she's gonna have her heart broken. Feel bad for her, but hey, that's what happens. Shit happens. You were just too late. And honestly, I just don't understand how all these girls fall for Kirito so freaking fast. I get that he's a beater and he's crazy freaking strong and reliable and whatnot, but dude, he gets them, they get all kinds of moist for this man in literally a matter of minutes. That is very unrealistic. Am I the only one that thinks that? But it's whatever. I didn't come for this series for its romance. I just came here for the game themed relative to the series, because once again, seen Dog Hat, mentioned it before, and I thought it was meh This series is looking pretty damn good, I tell you what. But only time will tell on how it further develops in the series. So Kirito, all I can say is he is a playboy and OP as hell. Practically by far the most. Not only is he OP, he got a harem. Most MCs either have one or the other. They're either really OP and lack harem, or have harem and they kind of need the girls to defend him. But this dude got both. What the hell? He is. He's got all that sugar going for him. But so far, all as the series goes, plot-wise, like story-wise, I meant to say, it's really good. It's really good. It's really promising. Loving this series so far. Time will tell how far this series will get. From what I saw, there's quite a bit of seasons for Sword Art Online. But once again, if you guys want to see the series again, give this video 10 likes. 10 likes or more, guarantee 2 episodes or more tomorrow. Give this video 15 likes and more. And this video, not only will it get more reactions tomorrow, this series anyway, we will be due 5 or more plus episodes. And no worries, I was able to find a website that works, because I'm not sure, guys, downloading this is like too much of a pain in the ass. So I'm just gonna stick to some good websites. I found one called Anime Heaven. It seems like, I mean, it kind of lags too, but it ain't as bad as the other ones, that's for sure. I'll tell you that right now. It ain't as bad as the other ones. So I'm sticking to Anime Haven for now, unless someone can recommend one better. Series is good. Character Kirito just feels a bit how can I say this? Kirito feels very unrelatable. He's crazy OP and he has a harem for just because. Just because the dude doesn't really seem like he's like any sure, he's an amazing player and he's a survivor. I mean, you can arguably say, like, in the moment of crisis, sometimes you want to live every waking moment because you never know when you're gonna die. So out of the spur moment seems very possible, because in this situation they're in, you don't have all the time in the world. Your numbers are limited. Any day now you can die, either the day after, the minute after, the hour after, the week after, the month hour. We don't even know how time is moving in the game. Well, I'm sure they have a clock system somewhere. And plus now players are getting killed one after the other, left and right. This game, the seriousness of the situation, it kind of does plague the idea of certain people, like men, women, to develop relationships or find relationships easier and faster than one could probably tell, because hey, in this situation you gotta live your life even more so than when you did before, when you had all the time in the world. Now it's just not that easy, bro. Now it is just not that easy. Life is not that fair now. It's even worse than before. So live it with what you got. Live it with whoever you want. So I mean, I still think it's odd that Kirito gets this harem like out of nowhere and so quickly and so effortlessly, but once again, the crisis of the situation does make you want to live out moments more than normal, and that is a fact. In do or die situations, you live every moment you can within seconds, minutes, or hours of time, because once again, in a game where your life is on the line, you do everything you want, whenever you want, with who, well, that sounds kind of weird, but you know what I mean, with consent involved, obviously. And point blank is, you live your life to the fullest, happy within good reasoning. And in situations like this, you want to be happy as much as possible. So it's not, sorry, in a short version of it, it's not impossible to develop relationships this fast when you're living life on thin ice. So it's kind of believable. It kind of makes sense. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to say. But all I just gotta say is I'm sure Kirito is gonna have a bigger harem as the series goes on. Based on his current harem, this is my question to you guys. Based on his current harem, on what we know right now, who is waifu to you? Who is waifu to you? For me, I'm gonna have to say Liz. I'm gonna have to say Liz. I'm sorry. And if you're a female, do you think, okay, this is a good question. This is a good question. As a female, do you feel like Kirito getting all these women left and right like this is very realistic? Do you see yourself as believing at, man, this dude's quite a catch, and man, this makes sense? Do you feel like this makes logical sense to you as a woman? Like, would you fall for this guy within like seconds like this? Is that realistic to you, or does it feel like, I mean, maybe you'll like him, but it's like, I think I kind of want to get him, know him more. You never know. You never know. That's my question to you ladies. And as to the gentlemen out there, guys, who is your waifu? Come on, goddammit. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't tell me like, no, get out of here. Who's your waifu? Come on, spill it. All right then, guys. Peace. I'm out. See you in the next reaction. Remember, 7 or more likes guaranteed, that not this week but the following week, maybe the following week after, depending how the schedule is. Guarantee juggle back in for Sword Art Online or any other series. 10 likes or more guaranteed following day, 2 episodes or more. 15 likes or more, not only is it guaranteed the next following day, but also 5 episodes or more guaranteed. That's how we work here in our project, Anime Juggle. So guys, based on these reactions I'm doing so far, what do you think of Anime Juggle? Do you like it? Do you feel like this was a great idea? And most importantly, after this week is over and I finally tested out this project, do you want to make this a permanent thing? Let me know in the comment sections below. I'm Anime Tier. This has been 22 minutes long. I can't believe this, but I'm outie. I'm sleeping. I'm done. See ya. That was a bit too much. That was a bit extra, but you get what I mean. See you guys. Good night.